Hi guys, this is Luthais and welcome to the second last part of my base building tutorial. In the last video I will be showing you guys the ultimate base, and yes, if you guys were wondering where's the base that was in the screenshot previously, this is my base on my hardcore server. A lot of things went wrong with this design due to planning, and that is the first tip I want to give you guys when creating a base. You will see that my foundations are quite high, and the way I did that was just like with the previous tips that I gave you. I started my foundations on a bit on higher ground, and then I just connected all my foundations up till here to get the right amount of height, you know, so that it's a bit better defended against raiders. And I removed these foundations because I basically just used these foundations, okay, as a distancing thing to get my foundations a bit higher. The negative thing with that is if you build your foundations this high, like you start with a foundation there and you get to, you build this way so that you can maintain this height, is that if your foundations are too high, you can't snap the third wall, okay? The third walls you're going to have to just place with free mode. You can still place it with freeform mode, but because I love the snapping system, this isn't a great idea. So what I would rather do is just start my foundations, on a normal height, and then I'll be able to snap 3 walls high, okay, which gives you a lot more options. The other thing is, if a person blows away this foundation, then this is high enough to give them time to run through. Like if they blow this foundation away, it will give them more time to have a guy here, laying down. Like literally the guy can lay down, sit here, and whenever the explosion goes off, the guy can try and roll in. Although the roll is going to take him some time, but you guys get the point. If the foundation is too high, they can maybe use the blast to get through. Haven't tried that yet, so I don't know how effective that will be. But in any case, yeah, try and start your foundations a bit lower so that you can snap the third part as well. The reason why planning is so important for me is, if you guys will see here, I'm just going to type in base. I'm already on 250 parts, okay, 672 hours. So I haven't got any lights or anything, okay, and I built this garage door on the ground. I find it a bit difficult to build them on foundations sometimes. I don't know if it is because of the area that you build in, but I've seen that you can snap them onto foundations, which is a bit better for the spacing, of course. You will see that I put down these columns here, which takes up more space again. And the reason I put down the pillar is because there's a gap, so somebody can shoot me through there, okay, which I didn't like. So yeah, I had to, place it there so that it closes that up. But that's a wasted part, okay. And then yeah, I could have built another garage door here, so that it's 2 garages that I have to get through. But even with this massive base that you guys can see here, look at this, 4 C4s to get through here, 4 to get through this gatehouse gate, so that's 8, and 12, okay. With 12 C4s, they can get into my base. I can make another wall here, which will give them more C4s to, use, and I could put another wall here. But I like to have an open area. I don't like it to be put off like that. And yeah, then I've got, my server has got a crate mod, which I will change later because of the update. I'm gonna fine-tune everything and redo all the mods to prepare for the update. But you can see here at the bottom, I made a little furnace hideout here, so if I wanted to protect the furnaces, I could put something there on the stairs, or you can put your crates down there, and it's another layer that people have to go through. Then I've got my little safe room here. Okay, with the crate here that I put my high loot in. So that's another extra C4s. But when it comes to my main loot room, because of the parts, look how open it is here, guys. Yeah, there's another story, but it's quite open here. I can go to the four corners, you know, but it's better to use towers. Towers gives you some cover. Here I'm going to have to pop out my head immediately, and yeah, I can use this as cover, but it's not the right way to do it. Okay, and then I can jump and get across, and this is what I did for the roof, to protect a 5-ton vehicle or whatever I want to put in here, which was also a bit of a waste, and I'll explain to you guys why I say it's a waste. Now see, this is a platform, and if I go like this, there are 2 platforms there, and there's a platform there. So I put these platforms on the wall, then I snap this platform onto the, or I snap this roof onto that roof. But you can see there's a gap here. And guys, I'm full of shit, so I don't like, you know, stuff like this, and that is the reason why I like spaces. Okay, yes, I'm full of shit. Someone, you know, still can't get in here, but it's not a perfect design. And you can see there's the wall for the outside. So basically, just to get to what I'm trying to say is, this is my outer wall. So it's 4 and 8 C4s, and they get to my loot room. Okay, and anyone playing on my server will probably think, when they looked at my base on the outside, they're not going to waste their C4s to get into my base. That's why I haven't been raided in a very, very long time. But now that they do know how easy it is to get into my base, I'm sure I'll be raided tomorrow. Okay, which I haven't got a problem with. I already got into big fights. I lost most of my vehicles and shit like that. Yes, unfortunately I didn't press the record button. Daryl got me off guard really quickly. But yes, basically the point that I'm trying to make is planning, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pack up this base, move it to my clan members' positions, because we're going to create a clan where we're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. Me, Avenger, and Anthony, and you know, all the good old days boys are going to get together. And we're still deciding on a clan name. For now, we're going to be the Equalizers, but yeah, we're going to brainstorm this week and see if we can come up with a cooler name to describe ourselves. But yes, I can't have any more protection. I put a door here so I can put a quad in here. The other garage door is just, it's a bit unnecessary. And then I've got my garage in here. Okay, so I can put a 5-tonner in here. I can put a cool buggy in here. I've got the double garages. And another tip for you guys is, I know a lot of you struggle to interact with the garages. A very easy way, if you don't want the garage to lift up, like if you've got a 5-ton truck, of course you want it to lift up right to the top. But if you don't want to let it lift up to the top, you just want to use it as an outside door, open it, and then walk into it. As soon as you walk into it, it doesn't open all the way, okay? And then you can just close it. So, yeah, the earlier you walk into it, the earlier it's going to close, okay? And it opens up till there. Wow, there's an airplane crash. Yeah, it opens up till there, and then you're going to struggle to get to the chain. You got, anyone that's built this knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have to get to the close sign and do that, and that can be the difference between life and death. Okay, so when I use the garage door, I just walk into it. Okay, like let's say I want to get to that airplane crash as quickly as possible. I just walk into it and close it really nice and quickly. Okay, there's a tip for you guys. Okay, so yes, it's completely open, okay, which won't take a lot of C4. So basically what I did, I wanted to make a White House effect, okay, but because I couldn't use the right amount of walls and I haven't built a 250 part base in quite some time, I forgot about the planning. So as it stands now, I have to break down my base and then add lights and add all the stuff, you know, that I want to add, and add my South African flag and all that other stuff that makes your base look really nice. Now this base looks good from the outside and it's probably intimidating when you probably want to raid it. Since most people know it's my base, you know, they thought it would probably take a bit of C4s to get to it. But this is the biggest tip that I want to give you guys. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pack up this entire base. I'm going to move it to my clan. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to plan out my base, part for part. Okay, every foundation, every wall, every platform, every light, every generator, every water barrel, you know, every crate, everything. I'm going to plan it out until I get to the ultimate base, which is going to be exactly 250 parts in the exact way I want it. So I'm going to draw my base out, count every part, count the flag, count every single part that I'm going to add to this base for a final complete design. And I'm going to count out the C4s, you know, that it's going to take to get to my base, and use my ultimate base, guys, is going to be especially for you guys, to show you guys how to use all the assets that the game offers you with base building. So I'm going to use drawbridges, I'm going to use towers, I'm going to use every single base building item in the game to show you, how beautiful you can make a base while, defending it very, very well. That will be in the video after this. Please give me some time to do that. I will probably be uploading, a League of Legends video or whatever the case may be. But yeah, just give me a few days to pack up the base and to then transfer to where I want it. And I can't, some days I'm going to struggle. I'll probably be raided or, camped or whatever the case may be. So just give me some time with that. But when I'm done with the ultimate base, I will give you guys a base tour and go through every single thing I thought about. Go through all the steps. And I have to really be careful of where I'm going to put down my base. Because if you put your base on top of a mountain or on a hill, you're going to run into problems, with your base design. Because of heights and because of your plot sign and stuff like that. Okay? So we're going to handle all of that in the next video. And yes, I'm busy with a Walking Dead map. I'm busy creating my own mods for my server that I want to completely revamp for the update, and fine-tuning all the problems that I've faced up to this point, which a lot of server creators face. So yeah, I'm going to try and cut out all the drama. I'm going to try and limit my rules or get rid of my rules completely on my server, so that everyone can just have fun and really focus on the hardcore experience, which I had in mind right from the beginning. But in any case, yeah, just to show you guys that yes, a block base is nice, but it's not really going to give you the pleasure, of coming back to it every time. And I really want you guys to draw it out on a piece of paper or on a drawing program, like doesn't matter what you use. You can even use paintbrush or Photoshop. All of you geniuses can even use Excel to plan everything, and I'm basically just going to use a piece of paper created from a top-down view and a side angle, and just make sure that I know exactly what my final design is going to be like. Yes, that will take me some time, but don't think about the journey is where you find the pleasure, guys. Not the end destination. The journey is where I really find the best experience with anything I do. So yes, if you guys want to see everything that base building has to offer in this game, click that subscribe button and click that bell button so that you're notified of the next video. And if you guys have any questions about anything, if you're struggling with anything, please leave it in the comments down below. It doesn't have to be base building. It can be anything in the game that you're struggling with. And if I can't help you, then I'll basically send you to someone that can help you. Okay? I know quite a lot of people in the Miscreated community, so yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to help you if I can't. And yes, I'm really excited for the base that I'm going to build. It will be my best base ever. And yes, it will be the base that I'm going to put the most amount of planning, in. And I'm really going to make sure it's something that I really love. And, that is difficult to raid as well. And I'll give you guys I'll show you guys everything there is so that you guys can implement that in your bases and have a bit more fun with the base building design. And yeah, maybe in the next few days while I'm doing this, I'll release the 10 things that I want Miscreated to focus on this year, so maybe I'll release one or two other videos where I try and send the developers a message, or give ideas, and you guys can tell me what you think of my ideas and what you think would really be a game changer. So yes, hope you're enjoying your isolation. It's a bit difficult for me at the moment, but once I get that new PC, guys, it's a whole different ball game. So have fun, thanks for your time, and see you in the next episode. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. And what I wanted to show you with the garage just one last time is as you will see, that roof is on that wall in the middle. That's why it snapped. But then I snapped that roof to that platform, and I snapped that roof to that platform, which isn't necessary, because what you're seeing is half of a roof. So all I could have done is just put I could have put columns here, okay, all the way up, but I would have needed to have a foundation here. That's why I say try and get your foundations a bit lower. And if you're thinking, Luthais, why did you upgrade that foundation? You told it it's a waste of time. That was just a mistake, guys. The same thing as I told you previously. You've got sheet metal in your inventory. You click on the wrong place by mistake and you wasted it to sheet metal. Okay, that's why that's there. But yeah, if I had foundations here or some kind of way, because it's difficult now to gauge that height. I can build columns, which is, 3 meters high, because I know the walls are 3 meters high. But it's difficult to get a column that's, that exact height. So it's going to be difficult for me to get that roof there perfect. But if I had a foundation here as well, foundations here, I could have put the columns there, and then I could have had a perfect closed roof there. Okay. So if you guys just want to use the roofs, you don't want to use the bridges, that's how you do it. You put the roof halfway. You put columns, okay, that you can snap, and then you just put the roofs down there, and you've got it completely covered. And then if you want extra protection, put the big roof, the slanted roof on top of that, to give you a bit of extra protection. But in any case, yeah, a lot of mistakes that I made with this base, and yeah, in the next video I'm going to show you guys to have fun. And don't worry, as soon as the update comes out, I am going to start a new guide series. Possibly, I don't know if the devs are going to bring out any major updates in the future again, but I know what's coming in the update, so it will be my most complete guide ever. And I'm gonna tell you guys things that I've never told you in any of my other videos. I'm gonna show you guys secrets that you haven't known. So I'm gonna give you guys all the knowledge that anyone can have. And remember, now that I'm gonna create my own mods and I'm looking at files constantly, I will be going through all the data and telling you guys things that it will be impossible for you to know unless you go look at the files, and see how the what the data says in the game files. So have fun. Remember to click that subscribe button and that bell button, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.